Hi there, Mr. Holcomb here with another episode of The Math Behind the Modules. This is Lesson 12, Decimal Expansions of Fractions, Part 2. Okay, so rather than just jumping to long division, let's practice what we did in the other portion or part and find the decimal expansion of 35 divided by 11. Well, we know that 11 times 4 is 44, and 11 times 3 is 33, and 35 is between 33 and 44. So this decimal expansion is somewhere between 3 and 4. Okay, so this is just zooming in on the integer 3 to 4 and breaking it into tenths. So now we've broken it down to 33.0 to 4.0. So where does 35 elevenths fall there? So for starters, we already know that it's 3 point something. So I'm going to write 3 point something. So we found the ones. Now we want to find the tenths. Okay, so what decimal is this going to be is the next question. So 35 elevenths is between 3 plus some number m over 10 and some number m plus 1 over 10. So we can rewrite the middle term. So I want to just find the m portion, the 10th portion. So m over 10 is less than, well, we know that 11 times 3 is 33, so that leaves us a remainder of 2, or 2 elevenths. So m plus 1 and m, so 2 is between m and m plus 1. So now we're going to multiply to get rid of these denominators of 10, because we want to find out what m is. So I'm going to multiply everything by 10. And the 10's cancel here, and I get m is less than. 10 times 2 is 20 elevenths. And the 10's cancel here, leaving m plus 1. So I know that my number, 20 elevenths, is between some number m and m plus 1. So talking in terms of elevenths, we know that 20 elevenths is between 11 elevenths and 22 elevenths. Okay, so 11 over 11 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, so 22 over 11 is 2. So now I know 20 elevenths is between 11 elevenths and 22 elevenths. So this simplifies to 11 divided by 11 is 1, 20 elevenths, and 22 divided by 11 is 2. So I know 20 elevenths is between 1 and 2. Okay, so this means that 1 is less than 20 elevenths is less than 2 is also the same as 1/10 is less, because we're looking for the tenths position now. 1/10 is less than 20 elevenths is less than 2/10. So it's between 1 and 2/10. And consequently, 3 plus 1/10 is less than 3 plus 20 elevenths is less than 3 plus 2/10. So what does this say about the location of 35 elevenths? Well, it's equal to 3 plus 2 elevenths on the number line. 35 elevenths equals 3 plus 2 elevenths on the number line. So 35 elevenths lies between 3.1 and 3.2. Okay, so that means that this is between 3.1 and 3.2, so it's 3.1 something. So now we're looking for the hundredth. Okay, Okay, so I got that cleaned up a little bit, moved that out of the way. We're going to move on to our next number line. So now we're going to go out to the hundredth position. We're zooming in on 3.1 to 3.2 in hundredths, which is between 3.10 and 3.20, and we're going out to the hundredths position. Okay, so now we need to find where this number lands on the number line here. So now we're going to take 3 plus 1/10, we already know that position, plus some number m over 100 is going to be less than our 35/11ths, which is going to be less than 3 plus that 1/10 plus some m plus 1 over 100. So now we're focusing on the hundredth position. Okay, this may be a little confusing to you, but the more you understand number theory, the better off you will be when you get into higher math courses. So that's why I'm going through this in detail rather than just doing long division. So we're taking ones position, which we already knew was 3, plus our 10th position, which we know is 1/10, 3.1, and now we're looking for a hundredth position. So what can we do with this? We know these portions, so what we're going to do now is subtract 3 and 1/10 from all three terms. So if I subtract 3 and 1/10 and subtract 3 plus 1/10 and subtract 3 plus 1/10 from all three terms, then 3 plus 1/10 minus 3 plus 1/10 is just simply m over 100. And then if I skip the middle term for now and take 3 plus 1/10 minus 3 plus 1/10, those go away, leaving me with m plus 1 over 100. In the middle, I will have 35/11ths minus 3 minus 1/10, because I'm distributing the negative. So actually, my parentheses should not be outside here, or inside. This should be like this, and same with here. Okay, it's minus a quantity, so that negative sign is going to get distributed through. So if I subtract 3 plus 1/10, it's going to be 35/11ths minus 3 minus 1/10. So now we're focusing on this portion right here. So 35/11ths minus 3 minus 1/10 is equal to 3 plus 2/11ths minus 3. Okay, so where did that come from? Okay, 35/11ths is 3 plus 2/11ths. And then we're going to do minus 3. So all I'm doing is representing 35/11ths as 11 goes into 35 3 times with a remainder of 2. So 35/11ths is 3 plus 2/11ths. Minus this 3 minus 1/10. So the 3's go away, so I have 2/11ths minus 1/10. Okay, so this equals, the 3's cancel, and I get 2/11ths minus 1/10. Okay, well that's going to equal 20 over 110 minus 11 over 110. We need to get common denominators, so just multiply 11 times 10 and get 110. 2 times, since I multiplied this by 10 over 10, I'm just not showing my work. You should know this by now. 10 over 10 is 1, and I get 20 over 110, and multiply this by 11 over 11, and I get 11 over 110. Our denominators are the same. I can now subtract, and I get 20 minus 11, which is 9/110. So now I know m over 100 is less than 9 over 110, which is less than m plus 1 over 100. Okay, so I just cleared that up a little bit so we can have more room. So now I want to multiply everything by 100 to get rid of these here to get m and m plus 1. So if I multiply this whole thing by 100, the 100s cancel and I get m is less than 900 over 110 is less than these 100s cancel and I get m plus 1. Okay, so once we do that, this is now asking the following. Between two integers, which two integers is m and m plus 1 does 900 over 110 lie? So now we're trying to find out between which two integers is this. And 900 over 110 is the same as 90 elevenths when I reduce that. So it's between 88 elevenths and 99 elevenths, which is 9. So it's between 8 and 9. Okay, does that make sense? So now I know it's 0.8, so now I go all the way back up here. So now I know my hundredths position is 8. Now what did this question actually ask? Find the expansion. It didn't say how many decimal places. Okay, so do we need to continue? Okay, so continuing. Now I need thousandths. Okay, so we need to continue. So now we have 3.18. Now we're looking for the thousandths position. So we have, now bear with me, this is getting lengthy. We have 3 plus our 1/10 we already found in the first portion, plus 8 100ths. Okay, all I'm doing is this down here. 3 plus 1/10 plus 8 100ths plus some number over 1,000 is what we're looking for next. And that is going to be less than, I need to move this over. Let's move it over to the left here so I don't run out of room. And that is going to be less than 3 plus 2 elevenths. Okay, 3.18. So this is now going to be less than 3 plus 2 elevenths from the prior. Okay, that's coming from right here. Our last remainder of 2 elevenths. So it's 3 plus 2 elevenths, which is less than 3 plus 1/10 plus 8 100ths plus m plus 1 over 1,000. Whew, it's getting crazy, man. All right, so we're going to subtract this portion from all three. Okay, so we are going to subtract 3 plus 1/10 plus 8 100ths to leave that, and that's going to be 3 plus 2 11ths. Actually, let me just write it like this for now. Let me erase that, and let's save some time here. Control C V D. All right, so I'm going to subtract that from the middle portion right here. I'm going to subtract it from the last portion right there, and that is going to leave me with 3 plus 10 elevenths plus 8 elevenths minus this is going to leave me with m over 1,000 is less than 3, but the 3's are going to cancel. 3 minus 3 is 0. Those go away. So it's going to be 2 elevenths minus 1/10 minus 8 100ths is less than 3 minus 3 is 0, 1/10 minus 1/10 is 0, 8 100ths minus 8 100ths is 0, leaving me with m plus 1 over 1,000. So now this is between these. Well, what did we do next? We want to get rid of our denominator. So now I'm going to multiply this whole thing by my denominator of 1,000. and that will cancel, and that will leave me with m is less than 2,000 over 11 minus 1,000 over 10 minus 8,000 over 100 is less than m plus 1, because the thousands cancel. Okay, now we need a common denominator. Well, 11 times 10 is 110, and 110 times 100 is 1,100. So I want my number to be a denominator of 1,100. And to get 1,100 from 11, I had to multiply by 100, so that's going to be 20,000 minus, and then to get 1,100 from 10, I had to multiply by 110, and that would give me, actually, let's see, yes. Okay, so I'm going back now, this is 200,000. Okay, so I'm multiplying 11 by 110, and that'd be, or by 10. 100, 11 times 100 is 1,100, yes. Multiplying by 100, so I had to add 2 zeros to the 3, giving us 5. So it's 200,000 minus 110,000 minus, and then I need to multiply this by 11, which is 88,000. So 200,000 minus 110,000 is 90,000 minus 88,000 is 2,000. So now I have m is less than 2,000 over 1,100, and those cancel, so I have 20 elevenths is less than m plus 1. Okay, so now we're down to 2 elevenths. Okay, let me check that again. 200,000 minus 110,000 is 90,000 minus 88,000 is 2,000. So there's still a 0 there. So m is less than 20 over 11. It's less than m plus 1. Okay. Okay, so this tells us that our 20 elevenths, well, 11 over 11 is 1. And 22 over 11 is 2. So that's m and m plus 1. 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. So now I know that 20 elevenths is between 1 and 2. So it is going to be a 1 in the thousandths position. And that's as far as we're going to go. So we did a decimal expansion of 35 elevenths, and it's equal to 3.181. Now it goes further, but we're going to stop there, because this is just going to keep repeating. The next one's going to be 8, so it's 3.18 repeating, because remember we have a division by 11, we know it's a repeating decimal. Okay, so that was a really lengthy explanation of the first exercise. So go get some Doritos and a Capri Sun, take a break, and come back. Okay, now it says to find the decimal expansion of 5/3 without using long division. So what I would do is take 5/3 and say that that equals 3/3 plus 2/3, right? Because this is greater than 1, so we know we want to find the ones position. So the decimal expansion begins with the integer 1. So now we have 1 plus m over 10, which is less than 1 plus 2/3, which is less than m plus 1. 1 plus m plus 1 over 10. Okay. So we can ignore the integer. So now we already have 1 point something. So we can ignore that 1 plus by subtracting 1 from all three terms, leaving us with m over 10 is less than 2/3 is less than m plus 1 over 10. Okay, well, what does that mean? If I multiply everything by 10, I get m is less than 20 over 3 is less than m plus 1. So I went into more detail with the beginning one, but all we're doing is multiplying through by our denominator now and getting this. And now I know that 3 will go into 26 times, because 20 thirds, off to the side here, 20 over 3 equals 6 and 2 thirds. Okay, so the 10th digit is a 6. And now we have this 2 thirds. So we take 1 plus our 1 plus our 6/10 we just found. 1 plus 6/10 plus 2 thirds. I forgot my M here. I was ahead of the game. Can't forget our next term. Plus M over 100 is less than okay, now remember what our number is. It's right here. 1 and 2 thirds. Okay, which is 5 thirds. Let me just write it as 5 thirds as a fraction. Back to our 5 thirds. Okay, our original number. So I know 1 plus 6/10 plus M over 10 is less than 5 thirds is less than 1 plus 6/10 plus M plus 1 over 100. Multiply everything by 100. And actually the 1 plus 6/10 and the 1 plus 6/10 we subtract. So we get M over 100 is less than 5 thirds minus 1 minus 6/10 is less than M plus 1 over 100. Now multiply everything by 100 and we get M is less than, let's see, all right, I want to simplify my center. This is 1 and 2 thirds. Minus 1 is 2 thirds. And minus 6/10 for now. So we got rid of this piece here. We simplified it to 2 terms. Okay, and then we're dividing everything by 100, or multiplying everything by 100. And we get M plus 1. Okay, I don't want to divide by 100 yet. So this should still be over 100. Let's do this in steps. So simplify the numerator before we go multiplying everything by 100. It'll be easier. All right, so we have M over 100. And all I did here was simplify 5 thirds minus 1 and got 2 thirds minus 6/10 is less than M plus 1 over 100. Okay, moving along. We will next have 2 thirds minus 6/10. I want to simplify that. So multiply the left by 10 would give me 20 over 30. And multiply this by 3 would give me 18 over 30. So that's going to equal 2/30. So M over 100 is less than 2/30 is less than M plus 1 over 100. All right, now multiply everything by 100 and we get M is less than 200 over 300 is less than M plus 1. And that's going to reduce to that should be 3,000. Okay, multiplying by 100. So 2 over 300 times 100 is 200 over, let's see. Okay, I see where I made a mistake. I have an extra 0 right here. That's 2 over 30. So let me just erase this. What we're doing is multiplying everything by 100. So 100 times this would just give me M. 100 times this would just give me M plus 1. And if I multiply this by 100, I get 200 over 30, which reduces to 20 thirds. Okay, so now we already know that 20 over 3 is 6 and 2 thirds right here. Therefore, the 100th digit is also a 6. So going back up here, the hundredth digit is also a 6. And since that's going to keep happening, then we now know that our decimal expansion of 5 over 3 is 1.6 repeating, or 1.6 repeating. Okay, number 2. Find the decimal expansion of 5 over 11 without using long division. So first, I already know that 5 is less than 11, so 11 will not go into 5, so my leading integer is 0. And then we're looking for the 10th position. So we're going to take some number over 10 is less than 5 over 11 is less than m plus 1 over 10. Okay, multiply everything by 10 gives us m is less than 50 over 11 is less than m plus 1. Well, 11 goes into 50 4 times, so it's 44. So this is the same as 50 elevenths. Let me do this off to the side in blue. 50 over 11 is 44 over 11 plus 6 over 11, which is 4 plus 6 elevenths. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? So what we're going to do now is the 10th digit is this integer. So I'm now to 0.4, and now I have 6 elevenths. So in the intervals of hundredths, we're looking for integers m and m plus 1. So we're going to take 4/10. Okay, now we're adding to this. We're going to take our 4/10 that we just found, 0.4, plus, we're looking for the hundredth position, plus m over 100 is less than our 5 elevenths, and that's less than 4/10 plus m plus 1 over 100. Looking for the 100th position. Okay, so we're trying to get m by itself, so we have to subtract by 4/10. Subtract 4/10. Subtract 4/10. And when I do that, these cancel. M over 100 is less than 5/10 minus 4/10 is 1/10 is less than, these cancel, m plus 1 over 100. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 5 elevenths minus 4/10. So this is still 5 over 11 minus 4 over 10. Okay, so off to the side, I'm going to find out what that is. Well, if we're looking for a common denominator, it's going to be 110. And to get 11 to 110, I multiply by 10, so that's 50. And to make this 110, I have to multiply by 11, which is 11 times 4 is 44 over 110. So that's going to equal 6 over 110. So this middle number now is going to be 6 over 110 is less than m over 100 and m plus 1 over 100. Multiply everything by 100 to get rid of these two denominators. I get m is less than 600 over 110 is less than m plus 1. These cancel. So now I know it's 60 over 11. Well, 11 times 5 is 55, and 11 times 6 is 66, so the 5 is my next term. I have to go with the number, the biggest number that will go into it. So 60 over 11 equals 55 over 11 plus 5 over 11. 55 over 11 is 5, so that's my 100th position. So since we have a denominator of 11, That's 2 decimal places. This is going to just keep repeating. So 5 over 11 is 0.45 repeating. Okay, number 3 says to find this decimal expansion without long division and then with long division. So we're going to start with 23 over 99 is a number, 23 is less than 99, so our leading integer is 0, so it's 0 point something. And then we're going to try to find m over 10 is less than 23 over 99 is less than m plus 1 over 10. Multiply everything by 10. M is less than 230 over 99, which is less than m plus 1. 99 is almost 100. 100 will go into 230 twice. So I know it's 2 plus something. And it's 32 over 99, because that's our remainder. 99, well, let me show that. 230 over 99 equals 198, which is 2 99s, 198 over 99 plus 32 over 99. So this is 2, and that's 32 99ths. So it's 2 plus 32 99ths is less than m plus 1. Okay, so that shows that the 10th digit is a 2. Now we have 32 99ths we have to deal with. So now we're just repeating this process, but we're going out to the hundredths position. Okay, so we're going to say m over 100 is less than, actually I can't forget my 2/10. 2/10 plus, so this number plus what we're trying to find, m over 100, is less than our original 23 99ths, is less than, and then again 2/10, which we already know, plus some m plus 1 over 100, looking for the hundredth position. So we're going to subtract 2/10 from every term. So if I subtract 2/10 here, and subtract 2/10 here, and subtract 2/10 here, then these cancel and I get m over 100 is less than 23 99ths minus 2/10 is less than, these cancel, m plus 1 over 100. Okay, remember we're trying to just get down to m and m plus 1. So 23 over 99 minus 2/10, we know the denominator is going to be 990. And I have to multiply that by 10, so it's 230 over 990 minus, and I want 990 here, so that's 10 times 99, and 99 times 2 is 198. So 230 minus 198 is 32 99ths, or 32. 230 minus 198 is 32 over this 990. So this is going to be m over 100 is less than 32 over 990, which is less than m plus 1. So now I want to simplify this. So, or this here. Oh, I didn't multiply by 100 yet. So if I multiply by 100 now, I get m is less than, this was still over 100. Multiply that by 100 and I get m plus 1. Multiply this by 100 and I get 3,200. Actually, I'll do it on this line here, which is 320 over 99. So I want 320 over 99, and I want to break that up. Well, 99 and 99 is 198, and another 99 is 297. And I can't do another one, so it's 297 over 99 plus my leftover of 3 plus 20 or 23. So this is 3 plus 23 over 99. So I know my next decimal is a 3. And since I have 23 over 99, remember when you have a 99, this repeats, so it's 2, 3 repeating over and over and over. So let me get rid of that. And my answer is 0.23 repeating. Now it says using long division to solve this, I want 23 over 99. So I would say 23 over 99 equals, we knew that was 0, and 99 will go into 232 times, which is 198, and I subtract, and I get 32, 320. 99 will go into 323 times. 9 times 3 is 27, 9 times 3 is 27, plus 2 is 29, and subtract, and get 23. 99 will go into 232 times, and as you can see I got 23, so it's going to start repeating, so it's 0.23 repeating, and I go up here and it was 0.23 repeating. Okay, that is the end of lesson 12. Review this lesson summary and go do your problem set.